Hilfiger. Good afternoon. This is the Star Report Early Research Edition. And I just got back in the house, working out at the gym. I'm back on the juice, and I'm charged. Hey, I have to do a conspiracy show. I don't do conspiracies, but I'm so dumbfounded, I think that's the word, with regards to the shooting that happened in Brooklyn, New York yesterday morning. I've got a bunch of notes, and the shooter, according to multiple reports, is still at large. New York City Mayor Eric Adams battling COVID, in case you don't know. And I'm not going to dump on the new black female commissioner. I never met her, or at least I don't think I have. I like what she's doing, what she's saying. Highly intelligent. But I'm just not sure about the alleged shooter. Frank James, this is the man they're pointing to. Supposedly there is a bounty. I shouldn't say a bounty, a reward. I have to confirm that. I'm not sure about the reward. I was told $50,000. Good afternoon, troll babies. If someone can confirm the reward for this man, please send me an email. I'll put that information on the screen shortly. But I watched some of his videos starting yesterday, prior to yesterday evening's show. We had fun with regards to Benzino. But I wanted to do somewhat of a deep dive today and sift through the paperwork to see if this makes sense. And to me, it doesn't. And again, I don't do conspiracies. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am not a student of perpetual doubt. I always try to see the glass as halfway full as opposed to halfway empty, pardon me. But there's so many things that just don't add up. And as you may or may not know, our president, who I didn't vote for, Joe Biden, just spoke about gun control a day prior to this shooting. A day prior. And then today, bunch of notes. Pardon me. No. April the 6th, a few days ago, the Washington Post put out a story. Palm Springs, California looks to give trans residents monthly cash payments. That's reparations. Did you know this? And this could be the first of its kind in the country. I got the notes. Give me some time. I'll get to that. But the shooting. Did you know nobody died? Hang on a second. Here's the notes that I have according to ABC News. 16 injured, 10 with gunshot wounds, 5 in critical but stable conditions, no life-threatening injuries at this time. No known explosive devices on New York City subway trains. Now, yesterday, again, I streamed live early in the morning on my other YouTube channel, and they kept talking about explosive, the bomb squad. It was just chaos. The bomb squad. Recent reports are now saying no known explosives. Supposedly, this guy had fireworks. And in case you don't know, he let off a canister, a smoke canister first. Then he started shooting. Pow, 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 pow. Now, you tell me, for those of you who are conspiracy theorists, was he shooting people in the ankles, the arms? Maybe he didn't intend to shoot anybody. Maybe he's an agent. I hate to make it a black and white thing, but this is what they're going to do. A white boy would have done headshots. Pow, 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 right? Infrared beams. Terminator style. Black guy just wounds people. It reminded me of the some type of biracial failed bomb terrorist in a plane. This was years ago. I forget when. He got so nervous on the plane, he was sweating, and he got the fuse wet. on the bomb that was in his leg that he was supposed to ignite, boom, and blow up the plane. Does anybody remember that? Some type of biracial bomber. Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Testing, testing. I don't want to talk too loud. And he was sweating. And he got the fuse too wet to fucking light. Anyway, I don't want to make light of this, but if that would have happened in Chicago, 14 people would be deceased. Chicago or some other place, But in New York, where I worked there for years, I know how the media works. I know how they twist and misconstrue stories. Bait and feed is a very popular term in New York media, television, and radio. Bait and feed. They bait you and they feed you something. Anyway, I got some other notes here. Give me some time. I just want to, again, sift through this. Also, showrunner Maino says he likes to role play as a runaway slave. I just saw that video. It's in my community section. Sitting with Angela Yee. Is that her show, Lipstick something? I like her. Met her twice. Very, very nice to me. Pretty teeth. Holy smokes, from what I remember. Last time I saw her in person, 2013. Teeth were white, I can't say nothing bad about her. I mean, you know what? Never mind. So her show, I think that's her show that Maino's on. It didn't look like his. Is it Kitchen Talk? I want to give him his props. It looked like it was Angela Yee's. Okay. No, she's not that old. Stop it. She's not 56. Stop. Did she get married yet? I was trying to put a ring on it a couple of years ago. I think she blocked me. Anyway, so New York City, there's a manhunt for the shooter. Hold on a second. Let me pull some of these notes before I get into some of these other afternoon topics. According to the New York Times, New York officials are now referring to Frank James as a suspect in connection with the Brooklyn subway shooting. Okay. James, 62 years of age, an address in Wisconsin as well as Philadelphia, hired a U-Haul truck. Now, the police recovered the U-Haul truck near the station. So my question, how did he get away from the shooting? Did he just walk off? Cameras everywhere. Everywhere. Why have they not, pulled the cameras and figured this out? Why is it now 24 hours, more than 24 hours after the shooting? If memory serves me correctly, it only took them a few hours to find some of the bombers from decades ago. Remember? People trying to bomb buildings in Manhattan. Took them less than 24 hours. Anyway, I'm looking at NYPD News. Hold on a second. Anyone with info about the incident or his whereabouts should contact 1-800-577-TIPS, all right? Again, I watched some of his videos on YouTube. Doesn't sound deranged to me. Doesn't sound even angry. He just sounds like he's using his freedom of speech right. Was he making threats? I don't know. I didn't listen in detail. I was busy. But here's something else that bothers me. I see a picture of him with no hat on. Troll babies. Anybody want to call in and troll? Let's get the trolling early. I have to play the conspiracy card until this makes sense. On YouTube, he's wearing sunglasses and fitted caps or snapbacks. The camera that I'm looking at with him supposedly coming out of the subway station, he's not wearing a cap or shades. All right. Also, I want to talk to you guys this afternoon about the Star Report. I just posted earlier some of the new analytics. Hey, Tony, I got your donation. Thank you so much for tapping in. I want to talk to you guys about the Star Report and programming, keyword, programming with regards to what it is that I do and how I can more than likely assist you with programming and your brands, your services, your music, or your up-and-coming platforms. I've had YouTube channels I've lost, trial and error. We used to have a lot of fun in the early days of Live and Direct, the Star Chamber, stuff like that. But the Star Report, I use a different model. I use a radio formula. Some of you know this already, but if you don't know, I use a radio formula. So with regards to brands and, again, the services or anything else that you're trying to get exposure for, I do a programming model. Yes, there are other platforms that have more subscribers, more views on a video. But do they go live daily? Do they program people to know about your brand, your URL, your services? And again, I cater towards a younger demographic, and that's why we send out the analytics so you can see the people who purchase items, clothing, food, any type of accessories. That's my audience, the 18 to 34 demo, okay? But we'll talk about that later and why it's so important to program daily into people's heads what it is that you're trying to sell, as opposed to going live twice or 3 times a week. And again, they can have bigger numbers, bigger subscribers, but if they're not programming, that's the difference, all right? All right, sit tight. I see you guys on the phones. Give me a second. And I'm sorry, you know what? Let me put this on the screen right now and we'll come back to Maino. I want to get to the dumb shit. Maino said something in that clip about after Master whips him, and then role-playing with regards to a Caucasian or white female, and he's sweaty. Troll babies, are you at the speed? I come with the dumb shit early. Very early. Justin Hunt says, what the fuck? Yeah. It's in the community section. Please go look at it. I got some tea this afternoon and a protein shake. As I said, just got back from the gym. All right, Smoke Screen Inc. I got your donation. Hey, Star, it's Smoke Screen Inc. from the 6, okay? Okay, Choke So Broke took his video down after Benzino threatened him. He also said when he sees Gully TV, it's on site. Hang on a second. Please send me the link. That's Benzino. It's kind of sad to see him still going down that path at 57. But who am I to criticize anybody? Some people just don't play the game on social media. So I don't know anything about Choke So Broke. I don't watch his channel. I just don't watch his channel. And I do fuck with Gully TV from time to time. Send me the link, please. Let me see Benzino blacking out, okay? Also, did I read this one yet? What are you going to do? Okay, Why the Caged Bussy Sings. Thank you. It's a little early for that type of language, but thank you for tapping in. Hey, 302, I'm doing research this afternoon. Not that you have to be up to speed, but I'm talking about the suspect in New York. At large. Do you care? 302?
Saunders.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. What's cracking?
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to make sense of things. As you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's just so much that I have to question about the shooting. Nobody died. How did this guy get away? He's 62. It's not like, it's a younger man who was, he's 62. Where do you want to jump in?
I like how you started off with the headliner, but can I talk about the subtopic about Maino?
Yeah, please, let me put that on the screen. Go ahead. Maino on
Okay.
Angela Yee's show said he likes to role play as a runaway slave. I might make that the main title, but go ahead. Go ahead.
What may I ask you a question? Do you think that Maino is suffering from post-traumatic slavery syndrome?
I don't know. I don't know him that well. You know, I think he's made the turn into being a social engineer. I've seen a couple of his shows. You know, wish him all the best. I don't know.
Well, I mean, given the content of how he presented his argument, he just seemed so relaxed and comfortable. Like he was saying things that were, just shooting the breeze. It seemed, it wasn't. It seemed like he was. It's almost like he's trivializing the black experience for that matter. Is that do you sense that?
You used the word argument. I don't think he was arguing at all. I think he made a statement. He may have just done that for shock. I mean, he's sitting there with a bunch of females. Right. Maybe he just wanted to shock them. Some type of kinky thing. I remember what's his name? Tank went on her show, Angela Yee, and I think he said if a guy has a sexual experience with another man, that doesn't mean he's gay. So maybe Maino's trying to follow that lead and get some traffic for his platform. Go ahead.
Okay. So, given the content that he was trying to say, and like you just said, he probably wanted to, get the ladies hyped, get them, hot and bothered in a sense.
Yeah.
And he said, and then at the end of the clip, Angela Yee asked him if they call him nigger, the white women that he has these encounters with, and he just, I can't remember exact words, but he was more like reserved after, her asking that question.
I didn't watch it that far because I was busy, but I think he's going to get the effect he's looking for. Again, he's trying to get some traffic, get a buzz popping, keep his name going. He's a good guy. I'm not mad at him for saying what he said. I wouldn't co-sign that thinking, but it's going to pick up traction, I assure you, as the day goes on.
And I wholeheartedly disagree with him, but I respect him for, if that's his truth, then he should live it.
Yeah. Okay. Good to talk to you, Skylar, and I got your showrunner coming up shortly. I always keep it on.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
On the dashboard. Good to talk to you, man.
Good to talk to you, sir. Take care.
Sir. Take care. All right, Skylar Saunders. Programming, all right? You know the name, Skylar Saunders. Big supporter of the machine here. Matter of fact, let me put his information on the screen right now. That's key with regards to what it is that I do. Again, I use a radio format, and I want you folks to know that with regards to what I can provide for you. Programming into the minds of my viewers and my new audience. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me just read this real quick. I'm curious about the Palm Springs, California looks to give trans residents monthly cash payments. This is according to the Washington Post. Again, April the 6th is when this came out. The council voted to allocate $200,000 to Queer Works and DAP Health, another nonprofit, to develop a pilot program that will be pitched to state lawmakers and private donors for funding. So this is in motion. It's not a law. It's not a reality just yet, but let me just put it back on the screen. I'm jumping out the window and I'm saying that they will give trans residents reparations. But again, you can do the research on your own. Also, according to the Washington Post, the Palm Springs proposal could be the first guaranteed basic income program specifically for low-income, transgender, and non-binary people to be implemented in the country. So this could be a model that will, pick up traction in other states. There's more to it. I want to say this because I'm not sure if we've taken the position. I know someone else's platform has, and if you know another platform, call in, promote them, or send me some type of notification. How funny is it to see West Indians and other people go against FBA and ADOS to get reparations in this country? Let me say that again. Or how sad is it to see West Indians and other people of color be against FBA, Foundational Black Americans, and ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, to get reparations? If you're old enough to know like I know, or if you are a student of history, you should know that many people under the umbrella of being black got welfare in the 70s. Welfare. You could come here, you could get food stamps, you could get something to get you up off your feet, get your family in motion. All you had to do was just be a certain shade, and you could qualify. No income. Troll babies? Oh, yeah. Let's have that conversation. Okay, and then we always have someone that says, well, you got welfare. That was reparations. Knock it off. Okay, who's got the unicorns up in the live chat? Now, come on, slow that down, please. We were talking about the unicorn trannies last night. Come on, today's a different day. I want to do research. But I wanted to put that on the table with regards to, again, Palm Springs, California, a push to give monthly cash payments to transgenders and other non-binary people. All right? Let me go to Cash App early, and then I want to get back to Maino. Okay. The reward is $50,000 for information leading to his arrest. Tito. Thank you, Tito Strong, okay? I have to do a conspiracy show this afternoon. Nobody killed. And he lit the canister first. If you know the story, train starts a smoking. He's busting shots. Not that we want to see any deaths or anything, but we have to keep it real, you know? Did he intentionally not want to shoot people in the heads? Is he an agent? Is he a tool? A tool for the man. Blade, I got your donation. How they ain't caught this... okay, yeah. He's an older guy. Yeah, 62. He probably uses Bengay, you know, probably got a touch of, a tendonitis, and just walked off. Probably walked off with orthopedic shoes. Okay, hold on a second. As the hunt for James continued, New York police officials and their federal counterparts asked the people share cell phone video from the shooting. Did he even leave the subway? Did he cross the tracks, get on another train, go up to South Ferry Seaport, Lower Manhattan? They put him in a helicopter? I'm going out there right now. Does he work for the government? You got a black commissioner, you got a black mayor. Oh, and they just arrested yesterday the black lieutenant governor for bribery, some other stuff. He resigned. Cleaning up New York or getting black folk in check? I don't know. Tomau got your donation about that shooting. Hooray for Hollywood. I'm not going to say you're wrong at this point. 62 missing. Yeah, right. Progress 11 got your donation. Angie. Okay, you meant to say Angela Yee? Okay, I'm not using words like that, sir, to describe anyone. I know her to be a pretty nice female. Thank you for your donation. There are community guidelines. You can't just say stuff like that, but thank you again. Battle. The shooter is in the alternate bussy dimension. 610. I'm doing research. Are you up to speed? New York. Matter of fact, New York taking an L. 610. I'm going there. Good afternoon. 610. Yes, no, maybe? Ronald, thank you for your donation. Hey, Dottie. Dottie says, Maino lied. The fantasy was about a white man. You know, I just saw that video.
Star.
Hey, 610, you got to pick her up. I got to go.
Oh, no, I'm up. Hey, Star.
Good afternoon.
Star.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I love you, Star. Been listening to you since Philadelphia.
Streets got no love. Let's get to the topics.
So.
Streets got no love.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to the topics.
Please.
Okay, what do I think about... Okay, 1 second, Star. Just fixing my phone. I'm at work, so please. He's from Philly, so I'm from Philly, so...
Who you talking about?
He already had...
Who you talking about? Who's from Philly?
I'm talking about the Brooklyn subway guy.
Okay, see...
He's from Philly.
Okay, yeah, a Philly address and also a Wisconsin address. But now you're saying he's born and raised in Philly?
I believe so. I believe he was born and raised in Philadelphia.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
That's what they've been...
Go ahead.
That's what they've been talking about on Power 99.
Okay.
But, however, I think it's just a disgrace. And, honestly, it may have something to do with the vaccines.
You're laughing. I'm doing a conspiracy show. It may.
Yeah, it might have something to do with that third shot. Okay? It might have something to do with that third shot. But that just goes to shows how we might be just living in our last days where you could just get on the subway, you could just drive from Philly and park your truck and get on the subway just to let something go and to let a few out, out of the gun and, just to make a scene. And I heard he was a YouTube guy, too.
Aren't we all? YouTube is the platform. Yeah, I saw some of his videos.
Yeah, he has a platform on YouTube, so he might have just been doing this for likes and views.
Well, he didn't even have over 1,000 subscribers, the page that I went to. So maybe, hang on a second,
Okay.
since we're doing a deep conspiracy theory dive. Maybe maybe they reached out and tapped him, said, hey, you're 62. We're going to set you up somewhere in the Canary Islands. Here's what we want you to do. We see that you've been talking against the government. We're going to stage something. We're going to get you out of there. We'll get you out of there. But we need you to say certain things, and you'll benefit from this. What do you think?
Possibly. And Start, how the hell did he get away? He's like 6'2", bald-headed, 390 pounds.
No, baby, you're lost. He's 62. He's 5'6". He's 62.
Oh, he's a little guy. He's a little pudgy guy.
She's lost. Babe, listen, I appreciate your calling, but the Maino video, you saw that? You saw that video?
I did not. I'm sorry, I did not.
Okay.
I have to go to your community section.
Okay. I appreciate your calling. Just call back if you do a little more research. I'm somewhere else right now, but thank you for tapping in.
Sure will. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Okay. She said he's 6'2". Troll baby said he's 62, yes, and 5'6" or 5'7". They're saying, bye, Felicia. Frank James. Does anybody give a damn? Suspect still at large. I think we should change the title and just focus on Maino. Troll babies, let me ask my my beautiful troll kids. Should we focus on Maino, what Maino said? I mean, it's like New York has taken an L with this shooting. This was not an act of terror. Oh. Maino and Sarah J., I'm not up to speed. Send me a link, please. Hold on. I do research. We can change this up right now. Hold on a second, goddamn. I'm with all the dumb shit. Hold on. For anybody who cares, I had a pretty good workout this morning, even though I'm still searching for Pharmacist 300. Everybody's out of it. Somebody sent me something else recently. I didn't like it. I tried it one time and threw that stuff away. I said, nah, I'm too old to be experimenting. Okay. Rapper Maino says he likes to role play as a runaway slave with white women. Okay, that's our title. Nobody give a damn about New York taking another L, huh? If that was Chicago, Chi-Town, Chirac, that would have been 12 body bags. Minimum, 12 body bags. Okay, I just changed up the title. We're going to focus on Maino. And I got something else I never put on the screen. Hang on a second. Where's that? Something about simping. I can't find that damn thing. Reparations. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on a second. In the meantime, 917, good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're doing research. Did you see the Maino video? Do you care?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Where do you want to start?
Yeah. This is Xavier from Staten Island. So,
okay.
I just wanted your opinion. What do you think about arming NCA workers? Because the NYPD has an $11 billion budget, and they didn't stop anything. But the MTA workers that were there just armed with a flashlight and a radio, the cops' radio wasn't even working. So what do you think about that?
Sir, I'm not a New York resident. I haven't been for many, many years. I don't even want to sit here and pretend like I've got in-depth knowledge. I'm in the South, loving the South. If you ask me, this is an L for New York. A shooter, wherever he's from, ripped some shots, nobody's dead, and you guys overreacted, respectfully. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I just think it should be like how it is down south in the Midwest, where everybody's armed. Because I know if you were on that train, what would have happened?
I don't even want to talk about guns and what I would do, because that's just not cool. Hey, the guy did what he did, but I'm doing a conspiracy twist here this afternoon. How did a 62-year-old man walk away after shooting a bunch of people?
I can tell you.
8:30
how does he walk away?
in the morning. Please tell me.
Okay, at that junction, there's like 4 different lines that come through there. You got the D, the N, the R. So you got 4 or 5 different tracks. You can easily just walk out and walk to another train. And you got a vest on, take the vest off, throw that on the tracks. And then there's already panic and pandemonium. They said the cameras weren't working. You hop on another train, you're in another borough in 20 minutes. Easy.
Stay with me. You say you're from Staten Island?
Yeah.
What part, may I ask?
Arlington, Mariners Harbor.
Okay. I used
10303.
Okay. I used to smash cokehead whores out in New Dorp back in the 80s. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the white side.
Yeah. Okay, the reason why I asked, are you born and raised in Staten Island? Nobody's letting...
Born in Brooklyn, raised in Staten Island.
Okay. Nobody's letting a 62-year-old shoot people and then walk away. Somebody would have snuffed them, jumped on them. Hang on a second.
No, but
whoa, hang on.
See him?
Hang on. or at least said, there he is right there, get him. Somebody would have pointed him out and said, there he is. A 62-year-old. He couldn't run. Please, you have the floor.
True. Well, I think with all of the panic and chaos, and people are they're under the smoke, they're ducking under the seats on the train, they're trying to run to the next car, they're running across the platform. I don't think they were really looking and saying, okay, that's the shooter right there, because from the video that I saw, he was hiding behind the smoke, so nobody might have even got a good look at him, And then when the smoke clears, the doors open. Okay. He had that bright vest on. If you take the vest off and throw it, how do you know it's him? Okay. And then we're talking about rush hour. So there's dozens of people on the platform with two different trains. And Star, well, I don't know, you might not know, but anybody from New York City knows when an express train pulls in and there's a connection with the local, people are running back and forth to catch the local or the express. So people that were on the other train had no knowledge of what's going on. I mean, even people on that same train that were just two cars down didn't know what's going on, because how would you know?
I hear you loud and clear, sir. But again, we're talking about a 62-year-old, and as you said, rush hour, 8:30, 8 or 8:30, 9 or something like that in the morning. I just I don't believe it, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe this guy.
No, I don't either.
Away.
I don't either, because I'm with you, Star, because I don't know how there's 10,000 cameras and then the 3 that were right there all of a sudden weren't working. Right. And then the cop that shows up, his radio's not working. And then I really find it peculiar, the timing. The lieutenant governor just got arrested yesterday for some conspiracy fraud or whatever. So it's the timing of this whole thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on.
I don't know.
Stay with me. Funky. Stay with me. Stay with me. A black mayor. Yeah. A black commissioner.
A black man, right.
A black shooter. a black lieutenant governor thief. Okay? It's a black quagmire. If you want to get something...
Exactly. And this guy...
Hang on. Sir, if you want to get something done, blame the blacks. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. Exactly. And this guy got like 3 first names. What's his name? Like Robert Michael James or something. He's got 3 first names. This whole thing is just... I don't believe it. Come on. This guy doesn't even have a last name. Hey, I appreciate the call,
I don't believe it.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Okay. A black mayor, a black commissioner, a black shooter, and a black thief. A thieving lieutenant governor who did resign. 2216, shout out from Nebraska. And yes, blacks are here. Appreciate mature, intelligent conversations. Thank you for your donation. I've never been to Nebraska. I always wanted to go. Yeah, I know black folks are there. Black folks have been there, cultivating the land and all sorts of things. I mean, I've always wanted to go there. I used to watch, Westerns from the 50s and the 60s and, stuff like that. And I just never made it. But thank you for tapping it, okay? Guys, also on the screen, my new showrunner. Is simping now cost effective? Well, let me just roll this out. We'll come back to the Palm Springs reparations. You don't care about that. They are going to get those reparations too, the transgender community. Not that I'm hating. Is simping now cost effective? I'm against simping, always have been. But I understand that we need simps. Simps make the world go round. I have profited off of simps for many years. I'm not going to talk about my street activity with, girls out there on the stroll. But now, if this makes sense, is simping now more cost effective? Key word, cost effective. Pay for a little something, you make a donation, you get what you want to see. It's all, at your fingertips now. There's no more porn stars. They're all porn sluts, trash. There's an overabundance of girls everywhere. Porn everywhere. Is it more cost effective now for a man, or even maybe you're not a man, maybe you're just a male? Spend a little Skrilla, maybe 30, 40 bucks a week. You get what you want, the sexual satisfaction, the mental gratification, and that's it. You don't have to look at her for the rest of your life, or you don't have to deal with her for 18 years and pay child support. Is simping now cost effective? And I hate to even give it any light like that. But this is the objective perspective. Hang on a second, somebody sent in a donation. Star, look up Black Identity Extremist. I have, sir, many times. The FBI was actively looking for a black terrorist 3 years ago as a counterpart to white shooters on the loose. Sir, you're absolutely right. The messenger to the black man, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, spoke about black turncoats, black Judas, and the fact that the worst devil is a black devil. How'd this man get away? Frank Robert James. Is he working for the government? I'm looking at his picture. Looks like he's got bad knees. Fired numerous shots inside an N-line subway car. 36th Street and 4th Avenue. I know that area very, very well. There's cameras over there. Thank you for your donation. I'm going to area code 714. Hang on a second. How do I say your name? Is it Jeff? I'm just going to say Jeff. Geof. Salute to you. Okay, let's say salute to your journey thus far. I sent you a video from the subway attack yesterday. Hashtag they always watching. Okay. I got that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the link. Tim from Walmart. Hey, Star, I apologize for blowing your cover whenever you come into my store to see me. I'd just be so excited to see you. Please respond to my text. Okay, someone is pretending to be the little white zesty guy at Walmart who always runs up, who's so helpful. And who was in the comments for last night's show talking about, Star, you had a scandal too. I've never had any scandal with a goddamn transformer. Stop it. Stop it. I'm sexually confident in who and what I am. I don't give a goddamn about, explaining, as Benzino has been doing, trying to prove his that he's heterosexual. Hey, 714, good afternoon, doing research. Are you up to speed? 714 012. Give him a second. They probably got
Hello?
it. Yes, good afternoon.
Yo.
Yes, good afternoon.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going, sir. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Just wanted to talk about a couple of the topics. I'm just new to YouTube in general. I just sent a donation a couple of days ago. Fat Boy Yummy. I'm sorry, I just sent a little bullshit one today. I know it probably.
That's okay, but just watch the profanity, sir. The algorithm is very.
Oh, sorry.
It's very different. It's different in the afternoons. Okay, so where do you want to start? So how about we start with the shooter up in Brooklyn, New York, Frank Robert James, 62 years of age. Please.
Yeah, just overreaction, really. I mean, if deaths happen, then I can kind of agree, but we're dealing with so much in the world right now. Just somebody frustrated. Sometimes the only way to let go of that aggression, that everybody got hate, is just depending on how you use it. Like I preach, everybody should have hate. Just don't use violent hate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just, you go have everything. There's a counterbalance to everything in life. Like you can't just have, everybody should be good. Then what's bad?
Right.
Right. It was just gonna happen. We just don't know what he's dealing with psychological, because we're not in his brain. He could. honestly, if the stuff I've been through in my life, we don't have time to go through it when what I'm currently going through. But if I had a gun, I don't know, I would just shoot it off in the air, just for a sign that am I in reality? Is this a simulation? Just with all the things I'm going through. So you almost got to psychoanalyze the situation and see. You can't just be so reactive to every little thing without diving deep into the psyche of someone.
Right. Now, have you seen some of his videos? If he is the shooter, he's got a YouTube platform. I watched a couple of his videos yesterday. Seen
no,
I'll
get this. No, I'll go check them out. This is like I didn't even think I would talk to you. This is my first time doing everything. Like I've been on social. I've never been on social media ever. So all this is new to me. Like social media, interacting with people, all this stuff. I've been off the grid. But yeah, I'll definitely go check it out. But like I said, I really, just by getting keen perspectives from different people, seeing it, and the things I've been through in life, I can already just kind of tell what he, similar things, what he's going through. And it's just always deeper than the action.
Stay with me, sir. Stay with me. Are you the shooter? Are you Frank Robert James calling me?
No, I am just a guy who's about to be homeless writing a book. And I'm objective.
You sound like an older man, sir. Might you be Frank Robert James calling me to tell tell your story? Your story sounds similar to his. You're talking about everybody has hate, frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pull the trigger? Did you pull the trigger?
If Frank was, I don't know if I could say this because algorithm, if he was inappropriately touched as a kid, burned, stabbed, shot, seen friends die, probably the only living person of all his childhood friends. He's from California and his real name is Louis Sorrell, then yes, I am the shooter. But no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not giving him a pass or judgment. I just don't know what's in his psyche. I just know people in life in general go through so much that you have to always dive deeper than to just have a blunt reaction to what someone's going through. Like I've said.
Now, hang on a second. Let me just throw you something at you. Can I ask, how old are you?
Oh, 39.
Okay. You sound older. Are you sure? Keep it real.
We've all been here before. I could be. I love that you're an atheist because one day I'm gonna call in and we can have a little back and forth on that. So. Well,
sir, I'm an objectivist. I'm more than an atheist.
Go ahead.
I do believe in something. I believe in me. But
of course.
I throw the term atheist out there so people can get a quick fix understanding that I do not subscribe to the theory of God. But, okay, so you said we've all been here before. In your mind right now, you're 39, but you could be older is what you're saying. You could be older.
Oh, I am. It's you are what your life experience put on you.
Right.
I've been through a lot. I also believe, whether you believe or not, Einstein already proved the existence of energy. And if you, from a scientific point, we hold energy. Yeah. So therefore, if you just
energy and matter. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, energy doesn't die. So of course, if you just want to go to the spectrum of when our energy leaves, it's not so balloons and butterflies heaven, but you do ascend somewhere. We don't know where, but I've been through. I died for about. Probably it was about 30 seconds and I came back. People don't believe me, and that's fine. That's their choice. But I feel like...
Hang on. Stay with me. Now, I think I've been here on this planet 975 years. I don't talk about that too often. I talk about that to myself in the mornings when I'm walking around because I always talk to myself. In my mind, I've lived a few times.
Wait, but before you saw
I was a plantation owner in the South.
The smartest people that ever lived.
Hang on. I was a plantation owner, a slave breeder in the early days of slavery. here in this country. I don't put that out there too often, but so I'm not going against what you're saying. Again, I'm doing the conspiracy thing here this afternoon. So let's go back for a second with regards to this guy who may be a CIA agent. Might be a CIA agent. Have you ever worked for the government, sir? Are you former military yourself?
No, like I said, Star, it's just life experience. Now, I grew up in Compton, and it's just life experience. I've studied different Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, Israelite, just different beliefs. And my teacher, Alan Watts, a philosopher, I listen to him every day.
Okay.
So it's just I just have a different perspective, and it kind of leaks to the simping thing that you said, because I was reliant in my relationship, and I didn't start none of this YouTube channel, writing a book about all this stuff. I just did this 4 days ago until I got broken up with. She did me dirty, and I changed.
And you snapped.
Like,
no, listen, sir.
yeah,
sir.
but in a good way.
Hang on. I want you to email me. Let's get you back on the show here. I don't want to do too much right now. I think we've had a hearty conversation. Send me an email. Let's get you back on the show. If not tomorrow, Friday. Let's talk a little bit more, because we're talking right now. We're talking. I'm not afraid to go where you want to go. In terms of a deep dive. But I want to take some other calls. But I appreciate your donation, man. Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Take care.
Okay. Was that the shooter, folks? Was that the shooter? Many shooters, killers, especially serial killers throughout history, have called radio shows, television, broadcast, and spoke to the commentators or the host to get a gauge of how the public is perceiving them. Anybody know what I'm talking about in that live chat? You cannot look down upon your audience. You have to let them talk. Listen. I'm a great listener, Is simping now cost effective? Hey, guys, I need to promote some sponsors. Hold on a second. On YouTube, make sure you check out Devious J. Okay, his YouTube channel is youtube.com/7Devious. Tell him I sent you, please. Great guy. He called in last night. Okay. Skylar Saunders just called in. We spoke earlier, and I'm going to rotate Skylar's banner to the top of the community section, I think, tomorrow. Also on the screen, CaspersAcademy.com. Please go there. Tell him I sent you. Casper's Academy. 585, sit tight. I'm coming back to you. Also on the screen, Yomi Collectibles. KB called in. Was it last night or the night before? Please go check out YomiCollectibles.com. Hold on. Great products, as you've seen me promote them before. Okay, snapbacks, great quality, and also the merchandise is packaged very, very professionally. Okay, there's KB right there. You see the ice, the watch flooded. He sends out really nice, what we used to call chout skis back in the days of marketing and promotion. He puts money into his brand, his products. He sends out cigars. Nice box, okay? YomiCollectibles.com. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Star Report in the community section a little bit later, okay? Let's bring in area code 516. Good afternoon. Maino is one of our topics this afternoon. Or the shooter in Brooklyn, New York. 516, you there? 516.
What in the? Am I?
Hey, get to the topic and then I'll let you troll. Go ahead. 516. Hello.
Hello.
Are you talking about the topic?
Is this really real? What?
Hold on a second. I think that's Sparky. Hold on. Two can play that game. Hold on. Everybody sit tight. I got time, cuz. You're in the live chat. Can you see it? Can you see it? That's how we deal with trolling. I don't mind you trolling, but get to the topic first, Goofy. If you're just now joining me, I'm doing research, as you should know, in the afternoons. And the video just came out. Well, I just saw it, pardon me. Of Maino. I guess this is a fetish of his. It's a fetish of his, you know? Some type of role play. You guys up to speed? Please go watch the video and chime in. Is Maino clout chasing? If he is, nothing wrong with that. We're all clout chasing. We're all clout chasing. Okay. What is this? Oh, my goodness. I'll get back to them shortly. He threw a smoke bomb, then went to dialysis. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, my goodness. Hold on a second. No, I don't want... This is very important. Hold on a second. I don't want... It's business. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Is it Valencia? Hi, Valencia. Yeah, doing research. Okay, she says Maino was clout chasing, and then she's talking about his podcast. I'm not going to take shots at his podcast. He's a good guy, you know, never disrespected me. Been in the game many years, and he feeds a lot of guys, you know. He's got a good team. I know some of his guys, right? But thank you, darling. Dre at Grave Shift. Dre at Grave Shift. Thank you so much. Lip Sync is the name of Angela Yee's podcast. It's the same show where Jim Jones said he tongue-kissed his mother. Okay, right. Okay, so she likes to push people into certain discussions where, you know, she gets traction. I'm not mad at that. You know. Are her and Charlemagne friends yet? I remember there was something going on where she said she didn't consider him a friend. Not that I care, but, you know. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, somebody's on the ground video from yesterday's subway attack. Thank you, whoever you are. Lisa, hi, Lisa, thank you. Ahmad says he's the same nigga they used to shoot Poe. Whoa! I like that, Ahmad. Ahmad just sent in a cash app saying this is the same nigga they used to shoot Alpo. Is this nigga an agent? Is he a CIA operative? I didn't think about that one, Ahmad. Thank you. Pratt, supporting the journey. Thank you, Pratt. You are appreciated. Molly says, niggas in Brooklyn get drilled every day, B. You're right, Molly, but here's the thing. Nobody died. I find it hard to believe somebody's letting off shots in a congested train, 8:30 in the morning, and nobody died. Maybe he's a professional shooter and he just shot people in the arms, the leg, the foot. Pow, 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 pow. Everybody was out of control. The police, they had the sirens everywhere, the lights. Oh, you go that way, you can't come down here. Yeah? Heightened level of fear. I was up in the live chat of my of the YouTube channel, Hip Hop Police. I was on that goofy shit. Oh yeah, Putin, the Russians, right? Lewis, I got your donation. Okay, what area code? You're on hold. What area code, sir? Lewis. Fat Boy Yami. What area code, sir? I'm looking for you. I don't see you in the queue. Hold on a second. Here's my email address. Where's my email address? Hold on a second. Send me an email so I'll know what area code you're calling from. Is that Fat Boy Yami? Fat Boy Yami. Hello.
I don't know. You talking to me?
Well, somebody sent in a donation. They said Fat Boy Yami. Is that you or no?
Nah, fuck Fat Boy Yami.
So,
man.
sir, you gotta watch the algorithm, please, with the profanity. Please, it's too early.
My apologies there, sir.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I just watched that Maino video, right?
Talk to me, my nigga. Talk to me. Let's go.
Yo, that's some heavy cooning right there, man. Heavy cooning. I'm not feeling it at all. You know what I'm saying? He probably getting, what is it, drilled or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they call it, pegged up.
Let's not disrespect him. We can, not that I give a fuck about nobody's feelings, but let's look at it for what he said. He said that's his fantasy, man.
That's probably a lot of dudes' fantasies. Tell you the truth, he's probably speaking for a lot of black cats out there in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see how they got that, like, how black dudes, you had that topic the other day, how black dudes run off of white chicks and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it probably got something deep to do with that, Even, I just feel like, he's a coon for the simple fact that he's out there bragging about being with white chicks, you know what I'm saying? And then he's talking about he wanted to treat him like some runaway slave. What is he saying, yo?
Are you from Brooklyn? Where you from, sir?
No, I'm from a small village named Spring Valley, man.
Okay.
Spring Valley, New York. You know what I'm saying?
I know how you used to get down back in the days. Okay, so he said after getting whipped by Master. What the fuck? That was a little weird, right?
The whole thing just made no sense, and I couldn't believe that he would publicly say that, yo. Like, what is he expecting to gain from that? Of course you're gonna get clowned. You know what I'm saying? Right. People's gonna start speculating, jumping to a conclusion like, he be getting pegged up or something. You said no disrespect, but people's gonna jump to conclusion and then question like, why would you do something like that? And if anything, to me, it just shines like a big light on the cooning that goes on in the hood, son. All of these dudes running off with Spanish women and white chicks, and
right.
Just a bunch of goddamn coons, yo.
Right. Now, I would imagine he's going to address this because it's picking up a lot of traction on Twitter. A couple of people sent me the link, and I said, let's start out talking about the shooter. But if nobody gives a goddamn, we'll talk about Maino. I'll let you
the shooter. I was hoping that he was a white dude. They got like some picture of some black dude, old black dude, talking about he was the one who did it, or he's the main suspect, man. I was hoping it was somebody from Ukraine or some Russian cat cutting loose in the subway. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
Small, son.
How old are you?
Me, I'm well on my way to 50, man. I'll leave it like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay. You and I both know. Because you saw Timothy McVeigh get it in. He took down half of a building. Timothy McVeigh.
Oh, was that the OKC dude, or he was the dude up in Utah? Yo, he's a freedom fighter, right?
Well, I'm not going to say that. He pulled up with a goddamn I think it was U-Haul truck with horse manure. Boom, took down half the building. So I just want to
brought it to him.
Yeah, what you just said. A white boy would have blew up the train. Boom. Blew up the whole goddamn train, smoke inhalation, body bags everywhere. A black guy comes in there shooting people. If he wasn't a CIA operative and he's just a off-balanced, unhinged black guy, he caught no bodies. I think that's a L. But go ahead and finish up.
Yeah, you're right. Now that you mention it, on the strength that nobody died, he could have been some skilled marksman sent in by the man to like create some sort of panic and chaos. Yo.
Right.
It's like, yo, a lot of things that they put a lot of attention on in the news, it's all by design to get people like, worked up over nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't buy it. I don't trust it, man. It's probably some more propaganda or something, yo.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, man. Thank you.
Right on. Power to the people.
Sir. Power to the people. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Timothy McVeigh, in case you don't know, born April the 23rd, 1968. He was executed June the 11th, 2001. Domestic terrorist responsible for the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people. I'm not going to mention how many children died in that goddamn bombing, but you see, that's how the white boy gives it up in this country, He blows shit up. And if I'm not mistaken, he had horse manure and something in was it a U-Haul truck? He was a Gulf War veteran. Hold on a second. Post-military life, Waco siege and gun shows. Yeah, all this is coming back. And what was the name of the poem that he read before they took his life? Was it Leviticus? Hold on. No. Pardon me. Hang on a second. My head is bloody but unbowed. What was that poem? Invictus chose the poem Invictus, which means unconquerable in Latin, to be his final statement. White boy took it there. Here, read this shit. My head is bloody but unbowed. Okay, I don't know who. Fat Boy Yami, I'm looking for your phone number. I got your donation. Thank you so much. Thanks for the call pickup. I'll be donating more. Okay, thank you. Okay, that was you. Quasi. No, Quasi. My father was a believer. The black cat, Shaka Zulu. I saw Shaka Zulu 4 days ago. I don't know, but he's weird, man. Sometimes you see him up in a tree, literally, for like 40 minutes. But I'm not mad at that because he's watching everything that moves on the ground. These Georgia cats are very different from northern cats. He climbs up the tree. The black cat, Shaka Zulu, for those of you who don't know, sits in the tree, watches everything that moves. I've seen him literally jump out of the tree, grab a mouse, and then walk off very slowly with the mouse, in his mouth. And as I've said, cats are surplus killers along with a few other animals. Sometimes they just kill to practice killing. Doesn't mean they're hungry. But as far as the fox, I haven't seen Malik in a while, man, but thank you for your donation, okay? Bolt Hype. Was this guy obsessed with clips? Stay safe, New York City. Okay. Spring area code 314. Doing research. Good afternoon. Maino, are you up to speed or should we focus on that shooter who's still on the run? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I was calling from the Midwest. Well,
Hey.
actually the South.
How are you, sir?
I want to know what's the race of this shooter. Is he black?
Okay, you're
Because the news don't say.
Not that you have to be, but are you up to speed on what's been going on in the last 24 hours? What part of the Midwest you calling from?
We down in Louisiana.
Okay. We're looking at a 5'6" black man, 62 years of age, named Frank. Hold on a second. Frank Robert James.
Yeah. Well, I figured he was black. And by the way, I am too.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when they are, the news never put mention on them. If they was white males and happened to be MAGA or Trump supporters, it would be all over the news.
Okay.
All over the news. But I hope they catch this guy, this person.
Okay.
And then you got to worry about the justice system. Will it be another Will Smith? Mm-hmm. Will they just let him go? Give him a $75,000 bond and let him go back home? Mm-hmm. That seems typical nowadays.
Well, I'm here in the South, and I don't want to give this story a whole lot of attention, but it doesn't add up. A 62-year-old shooting up the train. Nobody died. Not that I'm wishing for anybody to die, but and he disappeared. He's MIA. Over 24 hours.
Well, there's another rumor going out that's been talked about for a long time. And when you look at all these things that's happening and how they are happening, geographically, simultaneously,
okay,
people are starting to say these individuals must be aliens. I know it sounds crazy.
No, I'm
well,
with
hell,
you.
we don't throw everything else out there.
Come on, I'm with you. Listen, today I'm on the goofy shit. Okay, you said aliens. What now? Please explain.
It might be somebody from a different world that came and took over some human bodies.
Okay.
And acted the way they are. No, I know what you're talking about. No, I'm not talking. Well, you got them too, but I'm talking about the extraterrestrial aliens. But you never know.
Stay with me. Now you're talking my talk. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah. Hell of a book. Do you know the book and the movie?
It's been a long time for me, but I go back to Rodan and the Spider and the 50-foot tall woman.
Okay.
So.
Wait a minute.
But
hang on.
You've had some.
Hang on. The 50-foot tall woman, with Lou Costello in that film from Abbott and Costello.
I was a little boy.
Hang on.
I've seen it about 3 times, especially when she went to the drive-in and saw her husband with this other woman.
I'm gonna Google it while you go ahead and talk. Hang on a second. Go ahead.
This woman, I don't even know how she got to be 50 foot tall, but I was a little boy. But the thing that got me, because I like to go to the drive-in during this time, that was our best shot. But she goes to the drive-in looking for her husband, and lo and behold, he's there in a car watching the movie with another woman, and she goes berserk. I think she even picked the car up, but I'm not sure. But no, that's how far back I go. But as far as these aliens are concerned, you never know nowadays. There's been more sightings. I had a friend who videoed some strange sightings there in St. Louis.
Okay.
And it's objects, that is, not sightings, objects. And this is the middle of the day, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So it wasn't dark, and he got him on. You put him on YouTube, but there's all kind of possibilities nowadays. All the people that say they see Bigfoot, we have to come to the conclusion. All these people can't be lying from all these different geographical locations around the planet.
So I have to jump in for a second. The film I was talking about is The 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock in 1959 with Lou Costello from Abbott and Costello. You were talking about another film, The 50-Foot Woman. Go ahead.
Yeah, in '59 I was 10 years old. So
Okay.
no, but on this, it just go to show you how biased the news is, and
Very
they
biased.
shouldn't be, because
Very biased, yeah.
anybody that do harm against another person, they shouldn't be holding back and trying to dramatize the situation. But if it's a black suspect, they won't put their skin color out there. But if it's a white male, it tell everything about him, even what he had for breakfast. And technically that's just wrong. It shouldn't be like that.
Well, I hear what you're saying, sir, but we're in a different day and time, and I'm looking at the propaganda of this in terms of a possible conspiracy, and trying to belittle, dehumanize, and devalue the black man. I don't know how this guy shot this many people. Nobody's died. They can't find him. We're talking New York, Brooklyn, New York, cameras every goddamn where. I just don't get it. But you finish
Well,
up,
in Chicago, and I've been keeping track of this for the last 2 years. I usually started in May, Memorial Day, and go 365 days until the next Memorial Day. I did it from 20 to 21. Now I'm doing it from 21 to 22.
Okay.
Thus far, in 312 days, they don't have 4,023 blacks shot by other blacks, with 560 murders, and the old popular narrative, no white police have shot anyone. Can you imagine it? 4,023 in Chicago. And it's gotten so bad that the kids going to school wear bulletproof backpacks, and they run down the street on the sidewalk, zigzag, as they've been taught, to keep from getting hit by bullets. That's the honest to God's truth.
Yeah, I was trying not to find that entertaining. Hey, man, I thank you for the call. I'm going to get back to some other calls. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
Thank you for the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right. Wonder about it. Let me slow down. Slow down, old nigga. You're doing too much. Okay, I'm going to keep Maino in the top, guys. If you're just now joining the show, I'm doing research this afternoon. Rapper Maino on Angela Yee's show. And I need the name of that show so I can give her her proper credit. Is it Lipstick Talk? Wait a minute. Arrest made? Send me the link. Send me the link. Send me the link. Don't just say arrest made. Send me the link. Has the shooter been arrested? He's in custody? Send me the link. Don't just type it. Send me the link. Wicked Hebrew got your donation. Send me the link. Stop texting me. Send me the link via email. Wicked Hebrew. Thank you, Wicked Hebrew. Philly been laying New York niggas down like your beloved shower posse in the 90s. Okay? Okay. Who's texting me? Send me the link. Oh, hey, Dana. Dana, send the link. Send the link. I need to see a link. Hey, Ebony, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Ted Kaczynski, David Koresh, Dylan Roof, terrorist. That's a whole fact. They caught bodies. Okay, hang on a second. Who's that calling from 714? Fatboy Yami. Hey, man, thank you for your donation. I'm looking for the link. They say he's been arrested. Are you up to speed?
Oh, yeah. I was just calling back in because you was calling for me. We talked earlier, though. You was like,
okay.
Fatboy Yanni, but we talked earlier. You told me to email you and stuff like that.
Okay.
I just want to quickly say that movies or reality snitching on itself.
Yeah.
Basically, like, we've seen this before. Like, just say police are down out. They're not really active.
Right.
How do you create the want for police? How do you create the want for protection?
Right.
How do you create that want for safety?
Yeah.
You have to create some type of conflict. You have to.
Chaos.
Because
disorder, confusion.
Exactly. Art of war. Like, we're not doing nothing different than we did thousands of years ago. We're just on rinse and repeat. Just a new society, more advanced as far as technology. But everything's deceit, betrayals, lies. This is all the same thing. It's just more mass. And like I said, movies out there, everything you see in a movie already is just a reflection of reality telling on itself, snitching on itself.
Right.
But if you're not unplugged, if you're still in that matrix of just doing the same old robotic things every day, then it'll just always fly over your head. You know, I'm gonna check out that Maino lip service. I think is Angelique's lip service.
Yeah.
I used to just watch it.
Well, right now I'm looking for the link, man. I appreciate you tapping back in. I got to find this link, man. Let's talk soon.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Folks, please just don't email me and say they got him. Send me the link. Do not email me about some old videos. Fuck out of here. I got no fans. Fuck out of here with that old goofy shit. This is work. This is not play time. Okay, someone just sent me the link. New York Post. Frank James arrested in Brooklyn subway shooting. Oh, they got it. Is he the shooter? Oh, they're just putting this on the black man. They're just putting this on the black man. Brooklyn subway shooter arrested. Hold on a second. Let's get to the dumb shit. Let's get to it. Trying to take the black man down. Did he do it? Brooklyn subway shooter arrested. Hold on, I got to fix my title. Good afternoon, 951. Are you up to speed? We're talking about Frank James arrested.
Yeah, I actually just heard about that update while I was on the phone on hold, but I was just going to comment that they just recently released a video of him on World Star a few hours ago, basically making a testimonial that he was going to, kill people and that he assault people that he had beef with.
Hang on, sir. That's my rat phone. Sit tight. It's 5-0 tapping, and you were saying, sir?
Yeah, so there's a video on World Star. It's only a couple minutes long. He posted it the day before the shooting, and he just was talking about how much drama and BS he's gone through in his life, and that he's had past drama with people that he wanted to kill and watch die right in front of him.
Yeah, now hang on a second. I watched some of his videos yesterday on his YouTube channel. You're saying World Star had his videos on 2 days ago before the shooting?
No, they just posted it a few hours ago, but it was from the day before the shooting. Yep. And the video just pretty much comments him just doing a testimonial and just saying that he wanted to watch certain people die right in front of his face and that the clock is winding down to the final hour. And then he said that most of his drama and his issues came from his workplace. And then while he's saying that, it pans over to a Penske moving van, kind of like a Sprinter. Right. And I think that's also the same type of vehicle that he was in while he was videotaping himself on the highway. Apparently a lot of his drama sprouts from Milwaukee, where he's from. So he has residence in both Milwaukee and Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about that. Now, do you believe he's the shooter? I'm doing a conspiracy show here this afternoon, something I never do.
I know you don't dabble into that. I'm a long-time listener, but to be honest with you, who knows? I mean, this guy could have very well been doing it with someone else, could have done it himself, but you mentioned
Hang on, before you go, do you think he acted alone? That's going to be the bigger question here. They got him, or they got the guy they were looking for. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do not think he did it alone. You made a very valid point earlier and you know better than I do because you lived in New York, and I understand there's cameras everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
So in order for there to be so much panicking and just so much hysteria, and him get away by himself in an orange construction suit with the mask on, unbelievable.
Hey, man, thank you for tapping in. I'm going to do a little more research here. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Yes,
Have
sir.
a great day.
Okay, Brooklyn subway shooting suspect. Hold on. Let me fix my title. Shooting. Arrested. Brooklyn, New York. Let me be precise. Subway shooting suspect. Frank. Let me put his middle name, too. Arrested where? Where was he arrested? Where did they pull him out of? Was he in Battery Park City? Relaxing? I used to live in Battery Park City. Was he in one of those nice one-bedrooms right on the water? Dana, are you calling in? I can't do the... Hold on a second. Dana, are you calling in? Call in, Dana. I appreciate you, but I got the 6 goddamn windows open here right now. And I want to put Maino back in my showrunner. Hold on a second, everybody. Hold on. Art of Death sends in a donation. Bodman Star. Let's consider MK Ultra, or the suspect being a patsy, both spoken about in declassified CIA documents. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Where was he arrested? Hey, Janelle, pardon me, I got your donation. Let's go to 646. Good afternoon. They arrested the alleged subway shooter in New York. Do you know where he was arrested? Are you there?
What's up? Yeah, what's up, Star? How you doing? Jason from Brooklyn.
Hey, what's up, man? Talk to us. You're from
much,
Brooklyn.
Nothing much and everything.
Break this down. Let's go.
Yeah, nothing much. But I really thought that it is a little conspiracy and everything, because around that area, there's a lot of Asians. And when that happened, that's the first thing I thought. Black person against Asians, you know how they trying to make that seem like nowadays and stuff like that.
Right.
So there's a lot of Asians running around that end line around that. Now, like you said, how did he get away? I live in Flatbush. I take my son to school in Brownsville. It takes me an hour to drive. So the fact that he was able to get away and no one was able to find him, he took an Uber, so it's very crazy. In New York City, 8:30 in the morning, how he able to do that. But like I said, as far as the Asians and things like that, that's the first thing I thought about and everything. Like, wow. And it's crazy nowadays living in Brooklyn and stuff like that. And it shows a weakness in the subway system, because God forbid if a dude had an assault rifle, it could have been way more crazier. So the fact, like you said, the fact that no one passed away, and thankfully no one passed away and everything, it just shows. So Adams was beefing with Kyrie and them, and with the basketball stuff. Let's see some boards right now and everything. And
if I can jump in for a second, hold on. I appreciate what you're saying. I want to counter what you just said. I don't think it's that crazy living in Brooklyn anymore. I think Brooklyn is very high end now. You've got the Dumbo section. You've got other Prospect Heights and all these other Park Slope. All these places that the real estate has gone up and up and up.
That's what they want you to see.
Williamsburg. Hold on.
Go ahead. My fault.
Even Red Hook is different. There's cameras everywhere. Brooklyn is not that war zone it used to be 20, 30 years ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not war zone and everything, but like I said, East New York is still crazy. Brownsville, I take the 2 train to Southern Rutland. You know how that is, that side. They still out there, whatever. So, not saying it's crazy, but like you said, And another thing, I don't have the article, but I know it could Google it, that Adam just said that they fixed the cameras in all the train stations. But now all of a sudden, these cameras not live feeding and all this and all that.
Right.
So what's up? Talk to me and everything.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, brother, man.
Thank you,
just
man.
keep doing your thing. So bless.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. All right. Bless up. Bless. Okay, let's get back to the showrunner. Maino says he likes to role play as a runaway slave. And Dana. Hey, Dana. Thank you for tapping in and keeping me up to speed. What's going on, Dana?
Yeah, it's so funny though, because I know you can't multitask, and I really don't like sending you multiple text messages, so I apologize for that.
No. All you have to say is I'm on the line. You have carte blanche with me. I bring you right in. What's cracking? And I know you.
So,
go ahead. I'll bring this up later. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to go into the article, but go ahead.
Well, let's talk about the alleged shooter arrested, and then I want to know if you're up to speed on Palm Springs, California. They're going to give reparations to trans residents. This is going to be the first of its kind in the country. Go ahead.
Yes, I am up to speed on that. So I'll talk about the shooter first, and then swing back to that.
Please.
So he was arrested Wednesday afternoon. The Brooklyn subway shooter, Frank R. James, he was taken into custody. It is not yet known if James was the attacker of a victim. So it was a stabbing incident. So they don't know if he was a victim or an attacker, but he was spotted by bystanders in the East Village in Manhattan. But that's how they caught him, because it was a stabbing that took place.
He was arrested in the East Village in broad daylight?
In broad daylight. So the second email I sent you has a video of him being arrested. Broad daylight this afternoon, they arrested him.
Okay, I'm going to look at the video you just sent me. I'm seeing he was arrested on East 9th Street.
Yeah, that's the East Village.
Okay, I'm going to let me turn this down. Okay, Dana, I'm looking at an old man who can barely walk. I see the police putting him in the car. Pardon me, the SUV. What's this stabbing thing? I didn't see any stabbing.
No. They're saying, so that's why the police were called to that area, because it was a stabbing incident. Okay. And so when they got there, that's who, they identified.
He just happened to be there.
James.
He just happened to be there.
No, they don't know if he was the stabber or the victim of the stabbing, but he was part of the stabbing incident.
Okay,
and bystanders spotted him.
Okay.
And this is by ABC News.
Mm-hmm. A corporate entity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He just was put into custody, and before it hit the news, I sent you the text telling you, a friend of mine told me he's in custody, but they don't have all the details just yet. But it's just that he was part of a stabbing incident in the East Village.
Right. Dana, I got the details right here. My third eye has the details. My third eye. Broad daylight, East 9th Street, busy as hell. I lived in LES for years, 250 East Houston Street. Broad daylight. A man who shot 10 people yesterday just happens to be in the goddamn street in broad daylight. I don't believe it, but go ahead.
No, I mean, listen, that's what they're reporting, and that's just what it is. Yeah. Broad daylight, East Village, big black man.
Yeah. Can barely walk. Look at me. He's hobbling. Okay. Anyway, real quick, did you see the video with Maino? Says he likes to role play. I just want to go left for a second.
No, and I didn't see it because I don't watch. I guess it was on Angela Lee's show, but
yeah.
I mean, ask the news thing, to connect yourself to anything LGBT. And, so you could get the attention, attraction, money or whatever. So, but I haven't seen it, but I'm not surprised. But he said he likes to role play and play a slave. So is his master white, So I don't know, but
I guess. I mean, that's the part that made me say, what? After getting whipped by Master, being sweaty, and then goes around the white girls, and then I think he said he wants them to call him by the N-word. Fuck. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
It's a bit
Clout
much.
chasing.
Okay. Do you care about Palm Springs, California, Dana? I've got some notes here. The Palm Springs proposal could be the first guaranteed basic income program specifically for low-income transgender and non-binary people to be implemented in this country.
Yeah, I've talked about that on Information's Man YouTube channel on Sunday because he had some of the people from the reparations task force for the black people freedmen. So in the state of California, reparations or restitution, they go by lineage. They don't go by race. So, which is why they had the reparations passed specifically for ADOS, FBA, freedmen, so on. So as far as the transgender, listen, their community, their organizations, they fight for their people.
Yes.
And, they donate money. They know how to get to the bag, dealing with these politicians, corporate. So why not? Is there a case for reparations or restitution for LGBTQ community? Yes. However, the bad thing about it is they're going to end up stepping over black people to get it first because they're about their business. You don't see no division, in that community when it comes to that. So I'm not surprised. And, hey, they probably deserve it, just like black people do. So
hang on, Dana, because you and I have discussed this prior. It's no secret that the LGBTQ plus community borrows a lot from the efforts of Black America. They use Dr. Martin Luther King, and other.
They attached.
They attach, they borrow. I'm not mad at them for utilizing these things. They've already gotten, as I'm sure you know, $200,000. QueerWorks and DAP Health, these are nonprofit organizations to develop pilot programs. So this is deeper than just lineage, as you said in California. This is, not lineage by way of nationalities or ethnicities. This is sexual preference.
Yeah, sexual preference, your sexual orientation or your gender identity. And they stepped right over African Americans and put their sexuality before lineage, before race, all that. Right. But again, why would I be upset? Because they have a case to claim and they proved it by working together, pulling their resources together. So how about we just start taking pages from them, how they did it so that we could get what is owed to us. So, and that's just, and what they say.
Well, I want half of whatever you get.
Then the nation. What'd you say?
I'm being silly. I said, I want half of whatever African Americans get. Anyway, thank you, Dana. Thank you for tapping in. Are you going live today or later on? You want to promote anything?
Yeah, I went live yesterday, so I am going to go live today because, they caught the black man. And I asked for my title and a thumbnail. I may use what you said earlier, a black quagmire. So
okay. Help yourself. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you for tapping in, Dana.
All right, have a good one.
Take care. Bye now. Dana with the data tapping in. Blade, I got your donation. Old niggas shoot everybody, right, Star? Question mark. Folks, if you're just now joining me, I'm trying to sort this out. People are sending me links to this guy being arrested. Salute to independent media. There's some really, really good people doing platforms, or they have platforms and they're doing updates. Please don't forget to address the dumb shit with Maino on. Matter of fact, let me Google this so I can be fair. You know, I'm sitting here talking about. Angela Yee's lip service. What was I saying? Table talk or something? Okay. Good for her. On Apple Podcast. She's popping. I think she's not married yet, right? No kids. $104,000 followers on Instagram. It's not a lot. She's been doing that Breakfast Club for many, many years, so she should have 500,000 if you ask me. Maybe that's not her focus. Maybe her focus is still radio. London Daza, tapping in star is funny how you went live and the shooter got caught. Snitch Network for life. And the rat phone rang. I didn't even get a chance to pick it up. Was that the FBI calling to say we got him? Good work. Thank you, London Daza. Art of Deaf. I got your donation. Thank you. Supreme Peace. Supreme. Okay. Wow, that's the homie from way back. Supreme. Not from that Supreme Team stuff. This is a different Supreme from the Bronx. Good to hear from you. He says peace, fam. 216, good afternoon. They caught the shooter.
Evening. What's going on?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. Good afternoon to you.
They got him. What do you think?
I want to tap in on that shooter.
Come on.
Because I was having a conversation about that with a female friend yesterday.
Okay.
And the term angry black man came up. And I'm like, well, what the hell? He's 62 years old. So, right. I mean, he done probably seen it all.
Right.
So, and I thought to myself, I said, you know what? Why shouldn't we be angry?
Right.
I mean, why he allowed to dumb out. When the white boys do it, they say, oh, something's wrong with them. They mentally this. What's my guy that was from Milwaukee down there blasting everybody?
Sir, your phone's going in and out. Can you make some adjustments? I want to hear what you're saying, please. Your phone's going in and out.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There you go. Yes, sir. Okay, you were saying?
Oh yeah, my guy Kyle Rittenhouse, he blasted people. You know, he down there with the AK going off.
Ooh.
They made up excuses for him.
Right.
Why can't the black man dumb out? You know, he done been through it all and seen it all. He can dumb out. We should be angry. You know what I told her? I said they better be lucky. We ain't worried about getting revenge. They trying to get equal, not revenge.
Right.
He got the nerve to be the angry black man if he did it. You know what I mean? But
if you ask me, the Caucasian is angry. The black man's frustrated. He's frustrated with a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Frustrated.
Yeah, we frustrated, as we should be. They lucky every black man ain't running around with a damn AK and bomb, you know. So
yeah.
It is what it is. Like, you know, prayers to the people and all that. But you know what? We allowed to dumb out. Who cares? He's 62 years old.
Yeah, people.
He done probably seen the riots.
Yeah, hang on a second. People, including the media, like to paint that picture of, why are you so angry? They like to put that mad, angry title on people just because you address something. I'm not angry. I'm simply discussing what's at hand. How the F am I angry for even addressing something? Guy, you were saying?
Yeah, I'm cool with him. You're allowed to dumb out. You're 62 years old. He done probably been through the civil rights movement. He done been through all type of riots. And he from from like Milwaukee, from the Midwest. Oh man, come on, all them crackers up there. He done seen it all. So hey, if I want to dumb out, I'm at the back end of my life. I'm gonna go ahead and dumb out, man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, but, I don't condone shooting people like that, man. But I'm just.
Well, no, I don't. Yeah.
I'm just a little. Well, I'm very surprised he was caught on East 9th Street in Manhattan in broad daylight.
That's weird, man. That's
broad daylight.
I mean, and he a big Michael Clark Duncan looking dude too. So I mean, what the hell? Like, that's weird. You know, but I also wanted to tap in on the Maino thing.
Yeah, did you see the video? Sheesh.
Man, I just seen it like an hour ago. Of course, Gully posted it. Of course.
Okay.
They got their little beef going back and forth.
Still? Damn. Go ahead.
Yeah, still. Yeah, they still at it. Yeah. It's just another L for Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn been taking it. Man, you know what?
Ooh.
Brooklyn been taking some L's. Chris Rock done got smacked up. You got the Brooklyn shooter. You got Maino wanting to play the slate. Man, it was ridiculous. I just listened to him. I said, you know what? They always want to blame the youth. This a nigga in his mid-40s talking like this. Man, stop blaming that's what I got out of that. Stop blaming the youth for all of this stuff. It ain't the young niggas all the time. You got dumb older niggas like that talking like this. You know what I'm saying? But Brooklyn they keep taking L's. Oh, and lastly, a big L. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Brooklyn took a big L with that bum ass drill music that they stole from the UK.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the worst thing I ever heard of. Oh, that's trash. It's trash. But yeah, I just wanted to tap in.
Thank you, man.
Long time listener.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, have a good one, Big
You
Nation.
too. Salute. Okay. Right. Hold on a second, guys. This is a very, very important email. This is business. And I want to talk about the Star Report again. Okay, let me just double check because I asked someone to do something for me. Hold on, guys. Let me bring in 347 in the meantime. Good afternoon, 347. Are you there? 347.
Hey, son. How you doing?
Hey, who's this?
Crystal from Brooklyn.
Hey, lady, long time. How you been?
I've been good. I was calling to talk about the Brooklyn shooter.
Please, he's been arrested.
That shit is crazy.
Been arrested.
I see. And I have multiple thoughts on that. But the first thing I see is that they said they found his credit card in the train station. Like, who leaves their credit card behind after doing some shit like that?
A black man.
I was like, that's wild.
A black man shot 10 people and just dropped a credit card. Why would you even take a credit card with you? Go ahead.
Why would you take your credit card with you? And then I just feel like committing crime right now is even crazier because the Metro card, the way they have it set up now, you're linking your credit card to it. So you're not just buying a Metro card with cash or whatever anymore. So they were able to track him that way too to see that he swiped in at a certain train station.
Yeah.
And it does make sense that he was in Manhattan in East Village because the trains that leave that part of Brooklyn that goes into Manhattan takes you to the East Village. The F train takes you right there. The F and the R, that's all that area.
Crystal, that was yesterday. This man should not be anywhere near a subway in the New York metro area. He shot 10 people, allegedly. He should not be on a train. I would walk across the Brooklyn or Manhattan Bridge to avoid being on a goddamn train. So how does that make sense?
I feel like the only way that he could have got away yesterday is probably jumping on the R train after he shot up the N train because the R train is across the platform. So it made sense that he kind of blended in with the crowd and got into Manhattan and probably hanging out in the streets all night long, I'm assuming. But as slow as he was walking when they were putting him in the car, I was like, damn, how slow was he able to move to get to the R train? You got to move quickly in the train station.
Crystal, you just lost me. You said hanging out in the streets all night long. We're talking about
That's what I'm assuming.
We're talking about a 62-year-old. What are you talking about, hanging out in the streets?
I mean, if you really did something like that, I don't put it past you to hang out in the streets all night long. You shot up a train, you know what I mean? That's crazy. It was nuts. Like, my kid's school got shut down, or not shut down, put on lockdown yesterday. Okay. Some of the students saw people all bloodied. A lot of kids didn't go to school today because that's close to where we live. So a lot of kids didn't go to school today. It was a big deal. So if it is him, I'm glad they got him. If it's him.
Now, hang on a second, Crystal, because I'm looking at, I'm cross-referencing things. I mean, I'm not just throwing a conspiracy out there to be funny, but according to the New York Daily News, 15 people were shot in New York City hours after this man allegedly shot 10 people on the subway. Is there some type of heightened propaganda going on in the New York area that we need to know about, or that you can, attest to?
I don't know. I haven't taken the train in years, so I don't know what's happening on there. I look at the news like everyone else, and it's just crazy. Even his sister.
No, Crystal. I'm not talking about the subway. This is a story about 15 people shot, not just in a subway, just across the New York tri-state. There seems to be stories and stories about shootings. Are they trying to scare you people up there? That's what I'm asking you, even if you don't take the subway.
I don't know if they're trying to scare us, but they are scaring me.
Okay.
The shit is crazy.
You're a mother. You're a mother.
I am a mother. My children travel to school by themselves. It's scary.
Okay.
It's scary.
Any thoughts, Crystal, on any thoughts on Maino? Says he likes to role play as a runaway slave. Did you see the video? Angela Yee's lip service podcast.
I saw that. Maino sounds absolutely ridiculous. Having a fetish is one thing, but having a white woman be your slave master mistress, that's not even a fetish. That's insane. I feel like he's saying that just to get views on his podcast and things.
Probably so.
Can't possibly be serious about that. I feel like he's trying to troll.
Okay. Good to talk to you, Crystal. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye now. Okay. Haven't spoke to her in a while, but she didn't seem to be too, in tune with what's going on up there. There's a lot of propaganda coming out of the New York tri-state area in terms of shootings, broad daylight, people supposedly hating on the Asian community. There's just a lot going on. And now the climax is people shot on the subway. What a display that was yesterday for those who saw it. Again, I was streaming live on my other YouTube channel, the Hip Hop Police, 9 o'clock in the morning. Lights and sirens everywhere. It looked like just a sea of law enforcement, EMS, the media, and there was no bombs, no explosives. People were sending me stories. Oh, they've got explosives that were undetonated. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I gotta go get some lunch, and I will see you guys maybe tonight. It's still kind of early. I might do a show this evening. Keep me up to speed on the dumb shit. If my homie Benzino does something else, I will see you guys. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow, okay? Please make sure you check out my sponsor, www.thematchthatApp.com. Tell them I sent you. Take care.